Right,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm just like,
It's just,
fuck, I couldn't imagine if I worked all them goddamn years.
yes,
You got
bro.
me, like,
And then,
down my
like,
cusp, and I gotta, like,
and like
go
a
back to
quarter
work.
of your retirement is gone because this dude out here, you know, playing chicken with China and, you know, and all these other countries over some tariffs. All right, so for our next headline, we're talking about Trump and these tariffs, bro. So by now, we've all heard about these Trump tariffs and how they are impacting our global economy. So for those who haven't been keeping up with this saga, here's a quick recap. Trump implemented global tariffs in early April with the hope that it would drive more economic growth, manufacturing, and revenue domestically here in the United States. But it did the exact opposite. It created fear, anger, and uncertainty around the world that drove stock markets down globally at historic rates. The backlash was so great that Trump decided to put a 90-day pause on all reciprocal tariff countries except for China. And initially, Trump was playing hardball with China and doubled down by raising the tariffs on China from 104% to 145%. But recently, Trump has backed down from his initial stance on China's tariffs amid growing tensions between the two countries and the potential threat of a world-altering trade war. Meanwhile, American families are feeling the impact of Trump's tariffs as the Center for American People estimate that Trump's tariffs could cost American families up to $5,200 annually. Ayati, what are your thoughts on Trump's tariff strategy, and how do you think this will play out in the future?
I mean, I think it's a terrible strategy with it being pending doom as far as like economics is concerned. I'm not a specialist in economics. I do have a master's in business though, so I understand a little bit of how this shit tinkers and works. And I guess the word that they're trying to make sure that they emphasize is that they're reciprocal tariffs. So he's trying to make it seem like it's just retaliation. Like, hey, we just putting tariffs because they got tariffs on our shit. But I get it when you're a small economy. You just trying to protect your small ass fragile economy from people wanting the highly advertised American product that takes probably so much fucking money for you to get into your country. That's why you probably have a little bit of a tariff on that shit. He like, well, we're gonna tariff they shit. We don't make shit like that. Like to that point where it's like, oh, we need to really put a tariff on the shit coming in from them places. Some of them countries, I like, I buy shit from there. Like, when was the last time I bought that shit? All I know is China.
Right.
Off jump. Mexico, off jump. India for work, because a lot of our electrical shit made in India. But these other countries, I was like, bro, I go out of my way. I'm probably getting that shit when I visit. Let's be real. I'm not buying that shit at all. So, who the fuck, why the fuck, leave them alone. Because the ones you really fucking with, I think if you would have fucked with them little dogs, it's probably been okay. But when you try to fuck with China and thought them motherfuckers just like, okay, you crazy little motherfucker, boy. You wildin'. Wilding.
Off your rocker.
So when I went to, when I was in business school, we had a class trip. We went to Singapore, Hong Kong, and I think those were 2 countries we went to. I might have went to 3, but the point of the story I'm trying to make is I was over there in Hong Kong. And we had our little tour guide and shit, and they talking about, it was an economics class. They had 14 ports the size of Los Angeles, Port of Los Angeles.
Wow.
14 of those motherfuckers, and they're automated. Because that's how many products they pump out to the world. They need to have it just getting pushed out like that. And I was like, we got maybe 3 solid ports that's halfway decent, that ain't always striking and shit, because everybody always striking. So what the fuck? And I personally worked on the Port of Los Angeles maybe 2019, and we did do some automated robot lanes. So we did like 40 lanes. It was like 39 lanes they built. This big ass fucking Swedish robot, or some other country in the United States built these big ass robots. We didn't build them. So I'm just trying to say that we ain't equipped for this shit.
Right.
And I'm like, it just don't make no sense. We got a bunch of other shit, a lot of other fires going on right now, and this tariff one feels like a distraction.
Yeah.
Or, like I mentioned before, a purposeful attempt to fuck some shit up. I already said, break your country so I can sell it off cheaply. I feel like I'm just getting more evidence for that whole argument. My thesis and my hypothesis is Trump's going to break your country and then sell it. this week we got terrorists that's fucking breaking the country and making shit. I mean, they petty. They retaliated, showing where everything. The purses, they like,
yeah.
fucking Europe caught strays. Them purses ain't even American. That's all like, what? That ain't got nothing to do with America. It's like, yeah, all them purses you buy, them shit's made in China. I was like, wait a minute.
Yep.
I get it, we buy them a lot.
Yep.
All that shit.
All them Birkins and
But I bet
Gucci,
you all the motherfuckers Italians up there like, why you put us in here?
Louis. Yeah, bro.
If I was Italian, I'd be mad. Like, this motherfucker got me in trouble.
You could probably get you a Birkin on Alibaba right now, low key, bro.
I had nothing to do with that. It's not my prime minister. What are you doing? Not even the same country. And that's like, it's a funny conversation. Like, yeah, I get the Nike one. That makes sense. That's an American company that sells shit here. Technically, was a Japanese company because that's what Nike comes from.
Right. Yeah.
So it was just an American company bought Nike, but that's neither here nor there. But them bags, I was just like laughing. I was like, this shit funny. The unforeseen consequences of doing dumb shit is, it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Every time I look around, like, did you see that shit coming? Like, okay, let's reevaluate our shit. How we gonna continue selling our brand of luxury when China's exposing the fuck out of it?
Yep. So my biggest takeaway from the Trump tariffs is like, I think it just speaks to kind of the gross incompetence and lack of foresight of his entire staff, because like literally, like, and he's been, I mean, number one, like he's been talking about this was like one of the biggest things of his campaign. So this isn't like something that like he did like a bait and switch where he was like, oh no, we're not gonna do this, and then got in office and then decided to do it. Like, no, he's been shouting this from the rooftops and the mountaintops for the better part of, a year to 2 years.
I think before that, I think it was in the first campaign.
Like,
and he lost against Biden.
That's right.
This is like 5 years.
We 5 years in the making, and literally every leading economist, like, thought leader in that space was like, this is not going to work. This isn't going to work. It's going to do the exact opposite of what you want it to do.
Yeah.
And he was, and Trump is just like the type of dude, like, he's just like, well, like, I'm a white man in America, so I can just do what I want, and I'm gonna double down, and then they try to spin it, right? It's like, well, stock market's crashing, everything's crashing, and then he's like, well, it's all a part of our strategy to put these tariffs out here to make people come to the table to negotiate so we can create these tailor-made deals.
And make the Fed lower the rate.
Right. And it's like...
And fired that motherfucker.
It's just like, so yeah. So I think to me it says more about, the lack of competency in our office and around that office than it does anything else. And to me, it's just like, bruh, like, you really thought you was about to buck on China? Like, we get every iPhone, every HP, we get all our electronics, we get all our clothes, we get literally everything that fucking matters to us as Americans. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that matters to us, we get it from China. So like, China is looking at us like, are y'all really want to do this? You sure you want to do this? Like, you really, really sure? Because if you want to do this, we can do this, and we'll really have y'all all the way assed out. And I think Trump is finally kind of getting the picture and understanding. Plus, all of his billionaire buddies was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you need to fall back and really like think about what you're doing, because you about to lose not only, like, I mean, you've already lost a large section of the country, but you're about to lose everybody.
Yeah.
And so, because when everybody retirement is in the tank, people is like, man, I thought I was going to retire this year, but this stock market's looking like a mess. I might have to work 4 or 5 more years fucking around with Trump at, you know what I'm saying? So bro, like, it just, the lack of confidence.
Cry
to stop from crying.
Yeah, I'm just like,
it's just,
I couldn't imagine if I worked all them goddamn years.
Yes, bro.
Right,
and then like
cusp, and I gotta like,
and like a quarter of your retirement is gone because this dude out here, playing chicken with China and and all these other countries over some tariffs.
That phrase is funny. Playing chicken with China.
so yeah, bro. It had me hot too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, y'all. Well, that is our show for today. We appreciate y'all listening, watching. So go out and like, share, subscribe, comment. Let us know how you feel about this episode and about the particular segments that we did. And yeah, we'll catch y'all on the flip side. And with that being said, Ayati,
Stay casual.